Stephanie, you were the one that put the point on it. You said that that Mitt Romney either misled the Securities and Exchange Commission when he filled out forms about what his status was with Bain Capital, or he misled the American people. And you said if he misled the Securities and Exchange Commission, he was guilty of a felony. Now that
no,
is
I said which would be a felony.
Would be a felony.
But Bob, let me make 2 points. First, right. To address what Kevin said about the difference in this race. I think it's wholly inaccurate what he said. Anybody who is out there listening to the president, out there on the trail, and I encourage everybody to do that, to listen to what he's saying on the stump. He's putting forward a defense of his record, because we are proud of what we've been able to do to right the ship of this economy. Still have more work to do, but we've made progress. And number 2, where he wants to take the country. That's wholly different than what Mitt Romney is saying on the stump. It's a purely negative stump speech that Mitt Romney is saying. Now let's remember, part of his stump speech is to talk about how the president doesn't understand freedom, doesn't feel the passion of freedom, and doesn't understand America. What about that gives you any sense of where Mitt Romney is going to take this country?
Well, let me just go back to Kevin, because that brings us to this. Either he did put down on the SEC documents that he was the CEO and sole owner of these companies, the Bain Capital, or he wasn't, because when he filled out his financial disclosure form when he got ready to run for office, he said he had left Bain Capital in 1999. And of course, the reason this is important is that after 1999, some of those companies that Bain owned went into bankruptcy. There were some jobs that were outsourced, and he's saying, I didn't have anything to do with this. Either he was the CEO or he wasn't. Why would he have signed his name to those documents?
Well, look, first, I think it is very troubling that the president would direct his campaign to label someone like Governor Romney, who is a very good and honorable man, as a felon. I think that is very troubling. I think, and I will get to that point. I think that is very troubling. I think what is equally disappointing is that the Obama campaign continues to focus on these attacks, even though fact check after fact check, investigative journalist after investigative journalist has shown that Governor Romney left Bain in 1999. The reason that there was documents that had in 2002 that had his signature was because during that transition from 1999 to 2002, where there was a transfer of ownership over to the new partners of Bain, that there was a duty to sign those documents. But every single, even a bipartisan commission, the ballot commission in Massachusetts, had indicated that Governor Romney left Bain in 1999. This has been established, yet the Obama campaign, the president himself, continue to pursue these inaccurate statements, and I think it's to the detriment of the public right now, because the public wants and needs an argument about the economy. They need a debate about what we're going to do to move this country forward, and the president's avoiding that debate.
Stephanie.
Okay, so a couple of points on what Kevin said. First, if you're signing an SEC document with your own signature that you're the president, CEO, chairman of the board, and 100% owner of a company, in what world are you living in that you're not in charge? What American understands that you don't bear any responsibility for the decisions that were made at that company if you're at the head of it? And if he wasn't the head of it, who was? And the simple point is, if you're telling the SEC that you're in charge, but you're telling the American people that you bear no responsibility, one of those things is not true. And you know, it's not the Obama campaign that is making these allegations. It's independent reporting from the press. Every day there's a new fact out there about Mitt Romney's involvement with Bain from post-1999. Today there's a Bloomberg story up that they didn't announce his departure, his official departure, until 2001. There's reports yesterday in the Boston Globe that he was appearing in press releases in 1999 after the date of his departure. But let me just finish with this. It doesn't make any difference that we're arguing the semantics of when Mitt Romney left Bain Capital. He has put for his sole rationale for being president his experience at Bain Capital, and that every decision that he'll make as president should be seen through the lens of his experience with Bain Capital. And we're just getting a taste of that. You know, whether it's investing in companies, and those investments happened before 1999 when Mitt Romney was, in his words, in charge, that became the pioneers in outsourcing, or whether it's investing in companies, loading them up with debt, and pushing them into bankruptcy. And yet you walk away with hundreds of millions of dollars, but you're leaving workers without jobs, pensions, health care, and companies decimated. Those are legitimate discussions to have, particularly because Mitt Romney put it on the table.
Time and time again, it's been established, even by Democrats such as Steve Pagliuca, who's a Massachusetts Democrat who was at Bain, has said Mitt Romney left in 1999. It is established as fact, yet you continue to pursue it.